Our Hotspots magazine will celebrate 37 years next fall. My God, wow. And it has been documenting the LGBTQ plus lifestyle and its spirit of our Hotspots queer entertainment. This week, it's sponsored by the Broward Center for the Performing Arts. In the LGBTQ plus community, we always make jokes about size matters. When it comes to Broward Center, size does matter. The Broward Center for the Performing Arts is a destination of choice for LGBTQ plus South Florida for spectacular entertainment in a large variety of performance venues. Broward Center ranks among the top 10 most visited theaters in the world, presenting more than 700 performances a year to more than 700,000 patrons. Broward Center is the home for LGBTQ plus entertainers, shows, Broadway, national drag performances like the one that Cal's gonna go see, LGBTQ plus choral events, and so much more. And Broward Center supports one of the world's largest gay communities of Fort Lauderdale. Broward County and all of South Florida, they support that LGBTQ plus community and our nonprofits unlike any theater in South Florida. We're excited to tell you in upcoming shows the rich 2023 season that Broward Center for the Performing Arts will bring you and to our LGBTQ plus community. Did you know that surveys show that the LGBTQ plus community participates in live theater performances 2.5 times more often than our straight counterparts? Say it isn't so.
What?
Yes, it is. And so gay. And that's why they are the sponsor of Hotspots Queer Entertainment this week. So those muscles, that light wave in his hair, those sparkling eyes, that chin. If there was ever an actor born to play Superman, it was Henry Cavill.
I thought you were talking about me.
Oh, no, it wasn't. But fans received a major shock this week when it was announced that Cavill would be hanging up the cape, stepping aside from the role.
That would be me.
What's
That's
on
more
your
me.
mind?
The cake and the cape.
That's more me.
Yeah, he's going to be hanging up the cape, stepping aside from that role so that Warner Brothers could take its DC Comics superhero characters in new directions. Shortly after the news broke, the actor shared an emotional response on Instagram, reminding fans that although his turn to wear the cape has passed, what Superman stands for will never, what Superman stands for never will, of course. Fans are pretty upset about the decision, especially the gays who love an excuse to drool over him on their screens. Fans have already started talking about casting Cavill as the next 007.
Yep.
The queer town will love it if this comes true. Okay, so I have this stuff never happens to Alfred. Our Hotspots Queer Entertainment headline of the week, Henry Cavill's Kryptonite kills Superman for real. What do you folks think?
I'm in mourning.
Well, I think
Are you in mourning?
Really?
No, this has been a double hit because not only is Superman, he's not going to be Superman, he's also not going to be The Witcher anymore. They already announced that season 3 will be his last of that. So he is, I think for gay nerds especially, he has been the best thing that ever happened because he is a very handsome man, very fit guy.
Yeah.
But he's also a bit of a nerd.
Yeah.
He did an entire hour and a half video of him just building a computer one day. It was the most erotic thing I'd watched in a long time. And I wasn't the only one. People started making videos of it because it was just what's happening right now? Why do I have a boner? But I think the thing is that it's more symbolic, right? So I don't know if you saw this also, but he is not the only one. The Rock just got announced that he's not coming back for that movie.
Yes. How do you bring Black Adam and Superman together?
Well, that's
and
what I was
then
gonna say. I read somewhere that in the credits of Black Adam,
They-
there was
they
kind of
meet.
there was.
meet.
Yes.
he's in it.
Okay,
Superman
so
So what happened was that happened. Then there's supposed to be a scene in the Flash movie. They cut both Henry Cavill's scene and Wonder Woman's scene because neither one of them are coming back. So it's literally they're disassembling.
Wonder Woman's not coming back either.
Yeah, I'll get
You have
that.
broken
No,
my
no,
heart
no, no.
today.
Nothing,
Oh my
none of it.
goodness.
Everything that's happened in the last 5 or 6 years, it's all done. So a lot of people, it's not just him that they're mourning. It's literally all of those
that.
things are done. The Ben Affleck Batman, everything is done.
Wow.
And so I think for a lot of people, it's also it's nervous because what in the world's about to happen? Because this was something that we all thought was going to be a major thing for years to come,
Yeah.
like Marvel.
Yeah.
But whatever-
X-Men that's been around forever.
Right,
and
but whatever's happening right now, his thing was the linchpin that really, because up until I think October, he was coming back. They said that he was coming back. And then this sort of just decimated everybody.
He sounds bitter in that post. Like, it's written very politically, but you can tell it was a bit of a surprise. I think it's going to come back and bite him, because no matter what he goes and does, it's going to be phenomenal. He could do a voiceover on an animated series, and it will be the most popular.
Oh, he actually already has this new project, which I'm very excited about.
Please tell us.
There it is.
So, once again, another nerd project, and actually this is the one he's the most passionate about. So there is a game franchise called Warhammer 40,000, and he has already signed, gonna produce it. It's gonna apparently be on Amazon. Like, it's a major, in like nerd culture, it's one of like the Titan type of
I love that.
franchises.
And he plays that game,
Yeah,
right?
he plays
Like
it. That's
live
his
on-
favorite thing in the world. He's
Okay.
actually brought the figures on TV before and talked about them.
Oh my God, how
So
cute.
I'm excited for him because I think that this is something that he's going to be passionate about. I also very much think he is probably going to be the next James Bond, because the reason that he wasn't James Bond was because of the Superman franchise.
Got it.
So if you actually go through your list of British men right now, there's not that many people that you could think of that would be
And
good
he would
for
be
that.
perfect.
Wait, he's
I think he'd
British?
be perfect.
What?
Do you like him now
Wow.
more because
What are
he's
you
British?
talking about?
Since you're British. All right, so best Superman, him, Dean Cain, or Christopher Reeves?
Him.
Cavill.
Cavill.
He was
Absolutely,
he was
yeah.
the best.
Jonathan?
I really don't care about Superman that much, so I don't know. He's hot, so maybe him, and he's British now.
All right, so him.
But wait, the plus side of this, there's going to be another Superman that emerges from this. In a year from now, everyone's going to be gawking about them,
Not
and you're going to
really.
forget about this.
Here's the thing.
But also, this is on the flip side of it. The reason behind all this, it's all business.
No, I know that.
Right? So there's all these mergers and acquisitions that are going on behind the scenes. These studios are
don't wanna
buying
pay
out
it.
other studios. They're buying out the rights. There's a lot of proprietary stuff that's going on. And these actors and characters belong to a certain studio,
Right.
which means once they get bought and sold and traded, those actors cannot play those characters anymore because they belong by contract to another studio.
Well, you could buy them out too, though.
Here's
You
what
buy
I
them-
Yeah.
gotta say though, what Cal just said, like another actor will play it. I will give you two words that prove what Faye just said. Brandon Routh. Does anybody remember Brandon Routh? He starred in the last Superman movie before Henry Cavill.
Oh, shoot.
That's right. And everybody thought Bryan Singer was the director. It was supposed to be a really big deal.
And it wasn't.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey was Lex Luthor.
Well, maybe this is the time
Oh,
for a
right,
black
yeah.
Superman.
But you know, but
you never know.
Maybe, but you
that
think
guy
about
canceled too.
They did. But think about how Marvel is so successful. All their characters stayed. So Black Panther was Black Panther had he not passed. You know, the Wolverine was Wolverine had he not passed. There was a big issue with Storm, you know, and all that. So if you have a character, you build it, you build that franchise, you get your money. I think it's if you build all about capitalism and you now delete your opportunity for growth, the opportunity for money, and then you become that meme. I am going to tell my kids this was, and that becomes the running joke. How many Supermans have we lived through? How many Spider-Mans have we lived through? How many, and we cannot invest in the situation. We cannot invest in the storyline. We lose it. We
You
just
think
get
these
bored.
studio executives care?
Yeah.
They're laughing their way to
they're
the
gonna
bank,
have to. Yeah,
cashing
exactly.
hundreds
They
of
will- they
millions
will
of
when
dollars.
They will when the monies go
That's
down.
right.
Yeah.
But it's never gonna run. It's never gonna run
That's
down.
the problem though, because that's actually the big problem at play right now, is because the way the studio has been treating the characters, because it has essentially been not giving them the respect they deserve, like Marvel, the movies are not doing the same as Marvel
That's
movies,
true.
right? Black Adam came out, they said that Black Adam will barely break even.
Wow.
And that was their big movie for the year.
Yeah.
And the thing is that when you have a studio, because like you said, they are in flux, right? They've literally switched studios like twice now in 3 years. When that happens, you actually have a choice to make. And unfortunately, because of the way that they feel about all of the baggage and everything, they just want to clean house.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they're cleaning house without an actual like telling anybody what's coming next.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have a plan. They just haven't told us.
hope
Yeah,
they
they're
have
just
a
not going to
plan.
tell us.
And they didn't, but they didn't push Black Adam. They didn't push as hard as they pushed
No,
other
no.
opportunities. And
They let The Rock do
paid.
it.
They let The Rock do
The
it.
Rock did
And
all
I
of the
went
work
to
in
the,
doing that.
the movie
Yep.
theater to make sure it got its money because I wanted to make sure that
Yep.
that I supported that. But it did not get his push. We did not see him doing all the.
No, and that's
the-
probably
the
why he also
publicity.
backed out and was
Yep.
like, okay, I'm not going to do this. If you're not coming through, like,
I think that was a
conversation.
conversation.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
where they had it with him. I'm sure that he was.
That's
willing.
what he wrote online. He's like, we had a
Right.
conversation.
We had a conversation.
Well, he says they're keeping it open. It's on the table.
We'll see.
They're not closing
We'll
it
be
off.
looking
Month
at
to month.
that.
Think about month.
Month to month.
All right. Henry Cavill, we're
Come on, callbacks.
Sexy
Okay.
actor.
LGBTQ+ news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ+ community.